Shinnosuke Tachibana with my voice in your words. Hello everyone, I'm Shinnosuke Tachibana, your voice actor for today. Alright, so once again, this is Shinnosuke Tachibana with my voice in your words. On this show, I, Shinnosuke Tachibana, will be diving into topics like anime, games, and all sorts of things related to Japanese culture. With my voice in your words, that means it's a radio program where I get to chat freely and spontaneously with all of you. But you know what? There's actually something special about this show. We use an AI translation system that can take someone's own voice and make it multilingual. We're using Canva.ai to bring you this program in both English and Chinese. So yeah, I've actually looked into AI a lot, and I use it myself pretty often. But having my own voice become multilingual like this, isn't that just amazing? I'm seriously stunned. I was so taken with that idea, I jumped on board with this project right away. I just said, okay, I'm in. No, really. Sure, there's tech that can change your voice to sound like someone else, but with this system, it stays as my own voice, even in different languages. That's what makes it so cool. I'm super curious to see how this all works. You guys are curious too, right? Let's give it a listen. Here's what it sounds like. Check it out. Hello everyone, I'm Shinnosuke Tachibana, your voice actor for today. 大家好，我是巨星直接. Wow, incredible. Honestly, there's just no other word. It's amazing. Apparently, it can do a bunch of different languages, but for now, as a test, we're starting with English and Chinese. Right now, I'm speaking Japanese. We're not using AI to translate the Japanese parts. I'll be speaking those myself. But this show is going out in 3 languages, so I'm really excited to use this radio program to connect with listeners all around the world, which is actually pretty amazing when you think about it. Just so you know, this program is a little short on time. So, I'm going to keep things brisk and snappy, covering lots of topics. Hope you'll stick with me. Alright, let's jump right in. Crossing the seas, this is Tachibana Shinnosuke, bringing you the show with my voice, using your words. Tachibana Shinnosuke, with my voice in your words. Once again, I'm Tachibana Shinnosuke. So, before we dive into the main topic, since there might be some of you who don't know me yet, I'd like to take a moment to introduce myself. I work as a voice actor here in Japan. I'm originally from Gifu Prefecture, which is located pretty much in the center of Japan. Right after finishing high school, I set out to become a voice actor, trying all sorts of things along the way. I've been in the voice acting business for about 20 years now, maybe a little more, and I'm very grateful for it. And also the voice acting agency, Black Ship Co., Ltd. I manage that as president while juggling lots of different things at the same time. But even while working as a voice actor in the past, I tried things like pantomime and traditional Japanese dance, and I really took a lot of detours in my journey. Thanks to those detours, I feel like I got to experience so many fun and interesting things along the way. I'd love to share some of those stories in talks like this, and since I mentioned traditional Japanese dance, it would be great to introduce more aspects of Japanese culture too. So by all means, I really hope I can share more Japanese culture with people overseas. I'd really love to hear your stories too, but actually, I'm super curious myself. I want to know and hear about all kinds of things, so if you're listening from overseas, please tell me about your culture or where you live. I'd love to learn from you. That'd make me really happy. Let's connect and share with each other. No, really, I mean it. Okay, but seriously, if I keep chatting away about myself like this, the whole show will fly by. So before we run out of time, let's jump right into today's topic. Here's what we're talking about today. Anime events overseas. So these are the events overseas where fans who love Japanese anime culture all come together. Honestly, in just the past few years, it really feels like more and more Japanese voice actors have been going to international events. That's just the impression I've been getting lately. For example, this April, I heard there was a Japanese culture event in France called Japan Expo Paris. Apparently, it really created a buzz because it was talked about as being held at the Osaka Expo. If I remember correctly, it was around last April. Last year, I got to appear at an event called Otakon held in Washington, D.C. I was so grateful and excited to be a part of it. And actually, not just Washington, D.C., but it was my first time ever visiting America too. What really struck me about Otakon was just how different the culture felt. It seemed like maybe 80% of the people there were in cosplay. Pretty much everyone, it felt like. That honestly blew my mind. It was just such a wild thing to see. And you know, what really stood out to me as a big difference from Japan was, for example, in Japan, it's pretty standard. Kind of the usual thing for guys to cosplay as male characters and girls to cosplay as female characters. That's just the way it's generally done. But at Otakon in America, it was totally different. People just wore whatever cosplay they wanted, regardless of gender. Yeah, so you'd see guys dressed up as Sailor Moon and everything. Exactly. And there were women in suits, or performing dances that are usually performed by men. Just all kinds of things like that. And you know, the thing that really warmed my heart the most was, there were families. There were people cosplaying together as a family, and I saw a real-life Spy X family. A whole family, all dressed up as the characters. It was just unbelievably cute. I couldn't help thinking, it's like a real-life Anya. That just looked like so much fun. I mean, you could really feel everyone enjoying otaku culture together, cosplay included. The sense of shared excitement was so strong. It was just such a wonderful event. It really made me want to go to Otakon again. Seriously, now more than ever, I want to go back. So yeah, thinking back on all that, if Cambot AI had existed back then for simultaneous translation, you really do feel the language barrier, you know? Honestly, I'm just not that great with other languages, so if we'd had something like Cambot AI for real-time translation, I would have been so happy. And then, for example, this year, let's see, I actually went to a fan meeting in Shanghai. Yeah, in Shanghai. When you go to a different country, the way people experience Japanese animation is different in all sorts of ways. The atmosphere at events, their reactions, so many things feel unique. Especially when doing events in China. I mean, maybe this happens in other countries too, but it's really amazing. People there watch Japanese anime and actually learn Japanese from it. So many of them pick up the language that way. Yeah, China in particular is really impressive about this. There are so many people out there learning Japanese, and sometimes I'm honestly surprised by it. Of course, there are interpreters too, but when I answer in Japanese, about 70 or 80% of people are already nodding along or laughing at just the right moments. That's when I realized they really do understand Japanese. I especially noticed this kind of thing happens a lot in China, and I'm truly grateful for it. But at the same time, I think Japanese is a tough language, so if people are putting in all that effort to learn it, I feel like I should try my best in return. Maybe pick up a bit of Chinese or English whenever I travel for events. So at events like fan meetings and such, I always ask, teach me something I don't know! And I make sure to learn something from my fans and take it home with me. It's kind of become a little tradition for me. Looking forward, this year I've got a few more overseas events planned, and again, I really want to pick up some new languages while I'm there. Seriously, this Cambot AI is just incredible. I really hope this catches on even more. Come on, let's make it popular together, everyone. Yeah, let's do it. So, Japanese voice actors like me will be showing up at lots of events around the world, so if we're ever near you, please come say hi. I'd love to meet you all. Alright, that means up next is the ending. Seriously, that was way too fast. I've never done such a short radio show before. And with that, this was our very first episode. Today was all about bringing you with my voice and your words. So, yeah, honestly, I record everything, all in Japanese, and by the time it reaches you, it's already been translated into English and Chinese. I've got to say, I really want to check it out myself. I haven't had a chance to listen yet, actually, but that's part of what makes this such a new and exciting project. The possibilities of AI translation are incredible. We're using this program to explore new ground by combining radio and AI. We're planning to keep it going, so please stay with us. Of course, it's not just giving something a try. More than anything, I really want to use this show to be a way for me to connect anime fans all around the world. I hope this show can become a place where we can all come together. Please feel free to share your local anime, your culture, or anything interesting from your area with me. I'm really looking forward to hearing from all of you. So for this show, feel free to send me any messages or questions if you have. Don't be shy. Send me lots of your messages. I can't wait to hear from you. The email address is tcbnajocore.net. Once again, that's tcbnajocore.net. I'm looking forward to hearing from you all at this address. Now moving on, the latest episode of this show drops every Thursday at 6 p.m. Japan time. You can listen for free for a week, but if you'd like access to older episodes, please consider subscribing to this channel for 1660 yen a month. Thank you for your support! Well, that wraps up our first episode. It just flew by. We'll be continuing with episode 2 and 3, so please keep supporting us. And with that, your host was voice actor Shinnosuke Tachibana. See you next time, bye bye!